there. So today we are going to learn all about one of the most important concepts to really get right when we're developing our golf swing, and that is the hip hinge. Okay, the hip hinge. It sounds simple, and it is simple, but we've got to make sure that we get it right. Now, lots of golfers, particularly as we're starting out, get it a little bit incorrect, and we're here to fix that, right? We're decoding this thing called golf, so we're going to get it right. Now, hinging at the hip is so important and powerful for a couple of reasons. One, doing so will prevent us from getting into back pain and injury, and of course we do not want that. When we are properly hinged, we are in a position to enable the big muscles of the body to really do their thing in the golf swing, and that's the glutes and the hip flexors and what we call the posterior chain. That's just a fancy word for all those muscles on the back side of our bodies. That's really what's going to help us get that ball flying high, fast, and far. So since that's what we want, we've just got to figure out how to get there. Now, many of us, if we said, kind of show us your setup, you know how you set up with your club, and they had a club, and let's just say I'm using this, or better yet, let me grab a club here real quick. If we ask them to grab the club and hinge, they'd kind of do something like this, and I'm just going to turn to the side so you can see that. They'll kind of do something like this. And what you notice here is that even though it was just a slight movement there was just movement of the top body. So there's a little bit of rounding to my back and a bunch of other things. Hinging at the hips involves a little bit more. It's an actual creasing of the hips. Now, a lot of times the big mistake is people are hinging at their waistline, right? So if I asked you to take your club or an alignment stick or some straight line object and put it at the exact point where you tend to hinge as you prepare for your golf setup, if it's up here, that's probably a little bit too high. So the hip hinge is very simple and very important, and so I'm going to give you a simple way and a great drill to help you really hone in on it. Okay, so I've got this stick, and I want you to think about the hip hinge. Keep it simple. It is where oftentimes, if you have on pants with front pockets, especially us ladies, that's where, you know, you have on the really cute outfit and you don't want to get wrinkled while you're riding to the, you know, to your event, but it wrinkles anyway. Right there in the crease is the hip hinge. So again, I'm going to take my stick right here, so alignment stick, and it's right there in the hinge of the crease of my hip. And so when I begin to bend over, it'll show you very clearly. So I'm going to turn to the side so that you can see where it is. And so all of a sudden, I'm going to hinge, noticing how my back stays nice and flat. Here in this position, I'm comfortable. I can feel the power in my feet and my legs. It's centered. It's not too far forward. I'm definitely not on my toes, and it's not too far back in my heels. But what you'll also notice is that, yes, my bum is going to stick out. That is the movement, the motion of the hips, right? Hips move back and forward, left to right, and all those types of things. So if I'm in a position where I'm just kind of dropping the club here, almost in this squatting position, I'm not able to rotate and move through the shot that I would want to. And also it's going to lead to some topping and some other miscues that we really don't want. So keep it simple, but an effective exercise. I want you to practice. I'm going to grab my club and I'm going to give you this simple drill. It's going to have you hinging properly so you can get maximum power in your shots, okay? So let me do this. I'm going to turn to the side one more time. Here. I'm going to extend my arms out nice and straight, as you'll notice, right? I'm going to bring that club on down. Notice, I'm hinging at the hips. I'm going to space my feet out, and I'm just going to get comfortable with this feel. And I'm going to do this a few times, bringing my feet back together. I'm going to turn so you can see it from here. I'm going to bring those feet back together. I'm going to bring the club down, hinging at the hips. And if it helps you to feel this way, to feel it, maybe bring the club here. To feel it, step on out and get used to that. It's that athletic posture, that athletic readiness is what we're looking for in our golf posture. So practice that. You'll be surprised at how much more effective your motion will become. You'll be firing away with those big muscles that are going to help you get that ball high, fast, and far on a consistent basis. And if you're ready to learn more about how to apply this hip hinge into loading for maximum impact and power during your golf shot, check out this next video.